All right, thank you, Alexis. Time now is 8:24. 2 weeks ago, we demonstrated live on air a painless DNA swab test that North Texas physicians are using to identify hidden breast cancer risks. It's called BREVAgen, and it specifically targets a growing group of women now contracting the disease, Caucasian females who have no risk factors or family history. Linda, who volunteered to share her results, is back along with Dr. Jacoby and Nancy Bass, another one of his patients. I want to say good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. We're going to start with you, Linda. You probably are already aware of your results. I think you have them in your hand. And the smile on your face pretty much tells us that it was a good one. What did the assessment reveal?
Well, fortunately, I am a low risk. I'm even lower than we thought. So it's wonderful news, but it doesn't mean that I'm in the clear. I'm definitely still going to need my yearly mammograms and still
do your self-breast exams.
But it was great news.
It was great news. That's good to hear. Dr. Jacoby, approximately 30% of women who take this test are, though, reclassified as high-risk patients. Once you get the data back, what do you do with it?
Well, what we found is in those high-risk women, if you follow the American Cancer Society guidelines, they should undergo, in addition to their annual mammograms beginning at age 30, they should also have annual breast MRIs. And so that way we'll detect the cancer should it occur much earlier, and that way it'll be curable.
And in your hand you have a copy of the BREVAgen test. I'm just going to hold this up in my hand real quickly. If you could show that.
Yes.
This is what the patient report looks like, and what does it tell you on there?
Exactly. This is Nancy's result, actually. Nancy, prior to testing, looking at just her clinical history, had approximately a 13% risk of developing a breast cancer in her lifetime, and at 1.6 risk of a breast cancer over 5 years. After BREVAgen results, looking at her genetics, it went up to 23%, which put her in the high-risk category, and 1.9% over 5 years, both putting her into a high-risk category.
Now, Nancy, you brought one of your other patients, Nancy Bass. You took the BREVAgen test several months ago, expecting to get the same results as Linda, but not quite. How has this changed your life?
I think just awareness now. I'm more aware, and now I'm going to be, careful about making sure that I have my exams and do self-breast exams and just awareness.
When you got the results that you had a higher breast cancer risk, was it fearful to go through this? Do you regret taking the test? Or
No, I think knowledge is power, so now I'm just going to go forward.
And we only have about 20 seconds left, Dr. Jacoby. So many women out there do their self-breast exams and get their mammograms with no problems. How do you convince them, like Nancy, like Linda, to go take this test? And how much does it cost, and is it covered by insurance?
Well, I think Linda and Nancy are perfect examples of the benefit of this test. We don't know, looking at them, whether or not they are high risk clinically. But when you look at their genetics, we found that Linda certainly is low risk and Nancy got bumped up to the high risk. So this will empower them, like she said, to have better surveillance. The test is covered by majority insurances. It's getting there. If it's not covered, it will cost no more than $250 for the patient.
And of course, you are one of 30 doctors in North Texas who provide this test. We'll provide your information on our link. Thank you all for sharing your story.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for sharing this news. We appreciate it. Again, it's called the BREVAgen test. If you'd like to learn more about it, the information is on our website as well at WFAA.com. Stick around. It's 8:27. We'll be right back.